Self-improvement and healing versus romantic relationships. Round 1. Fight! What's up, my BIBBLEBONKSQUONCULI? Today I want to talk about self-improvement versus romantic relationships and why we so often think that we can't have the two at the same time. I already made a video like this a bit ago called Work-Love Balance, and that was more exploring the themes of like capitalistic productivity versus love and romance, and that is definitely going to be explored a little bit more here, but I just really want to talk about how you can nurture yourself while being in love. We have a very cynical dating culture, I think, and it's just like, oh my god, situationships, and no one even knows what real love is anymore. People have always really loved each other, okay? Everything's really saturated and magnified, and we're so often just like observing our own experiences through a screen rather than actually living and having the experiences. And also, a lot of us make stupid decisions when it comes to romance because of our unhealed childhood wounds, which is like, okay, you do need to heal, you do need to love yourself before you get into a relationship, but also loving yourself is a never-ending journey. And I think what's more important is like knowing how to have respect for others, building your skills that you need to be in a relationship. Because if you're going to be in a relationship, you can't just have compatibility. It's not just about how badly you and somebody want to be together. It's about, do you work on your skills that it takes to be in a relationship? Are you competent at doing things like consistently showing up for somebody and giving somebody reassurance and communicating effectively and clearly? Like, are those skills that are in your arsenal? Have you built that? Are you trying to build those skills? That's like, because there's compatibility, but there's competence. And my belief, I want to challenge the belief that love makes us unproductive. Why do we think that love makes us unproductive? I've always struggled with this because I've had a tendency in my relationships to, why would I be working and grinding and doing work when I would rather be being held by my freak? Why would I be at a job? Why would I be trying to further my career when I could have someone telling me they love me and gently patting my head? Just why? Just why? And so often that's made me really fear the comfortability of a relationship, because when you get too comfortable with somebody, and you allow yourself to fall into just laziness, codependency, nothingness, that creates this unhealthy dynamic of, oh, I lost myself in this relationship, which can happen because somebody's draining you or you're in a bad relationship, but it can also happen because it just kind of happens. It just kind of happens when you get really comfortable with somebody. And everyone talks about that thing of dating, and like when you first meet someone, you're attracted to them because of the awesome stuff that they do and the way that they are. And then you get with the person, and if you guys get too comfortable and too lazy with each other, you stop doing all the things outside of the relationship that made you who you were, that made you the person that they wanted to be with, and vice versa. So it's always that's really hard to navigate. It's like, you want to be productive. Maybe you have dreams and you feel like love would be a distraction. A relationship would be a distraction. And let me actually also state that this is completely unnecessary and valid thing to do. I preach like, oh, singlehood is a really good thing to do. I'm coming from the other perspective here, because usually I'm trying to preach to people who have a tendency to fall too fast or to dedicate their whole life to a relationship. But now I'm also kind of preaching to this avoidant side of me that is like, oh, I can't fall in love. I don't have time for a relationship. I don't have time to experience my human right to love and experience affection and the beauty that is romance. Oh, I can't do that because I have to work. What is that? Shut up. Literally shut up. God. But singlehood is very important to have in periods of your life. And as somebody who has chosen before, like there have been times where I've been in a relationship and I've gone, well, actually, I need to chase my dreams, and I, for whatever reason, without blame, I can't do that where I'm at, and something's gotta go. So those periods of time where I've chosen to be singlehood is like, it's accelerated my life in ways that I cannot comprehend. I'm here with this platform, being able to talk to you about my experiences because I went through that, and because I decided that I needed to like be alone and really figure my stuff out. Because everyone always is like, love yourself before you love someone else. And that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Like, we all need to cultivate self-love, but self-love is a lifelong journey. And who are you if not to have somebody by your side to help you cultivate that, who really does care about you? Because what can help you love yourself so much is if you have someone by your side who does love you, and you're viewing yourself through their eyes. If you view yourself through the eyes of somebody who genuinely loves you and is constantly affirming your amazingness and encouraging you to grow, dude. This whole video is basically just me saying, okay, yeah, you can grow and be productive while you're in a relationship as long as the relationship is with another growth-oriented person. And there's a base of self-love, there's a base of security. It cannot be built off of this whole like, I need you to survive and you're just my freaking everything. Someone can be your everything, but you have to be your everything first, kinda, because without you, there would be no experience. You are love. You are the love that you are experiencing. That comes completely and entirely from you. Even when you leave somebody, or when you're heartbroken, like, you're not even, yes, you're missing the person, but you're missing how they made you feel and how you felt. You miss the version of yourself that you were with that person. And that's a completely valid thing to miss, but that is what it is. It is you. You are the creator, and you cannot change anything but yourself. And when you look out there and you try to control everything else, that's not the way to go about it. You must control yourself. So yeah, basically just make sure that the people that you are surrounded by, regardless of whether or not it's romantic, are growth oriented and are always open to changing and are trying to find themselves. I don't like to just run around and dilly-dally about life like, oh, what am I doing next? What am I, oh, I don't have any dreams. I have big old dreams, okay? And it's good to surround yourself with people who are also chasing their dreams and have a motivation. And the motivation that love can give you is so powerful and so strong. Discipline is required in all areas of life. And sometimes you don't have enough discipline to safely be in a romantic relationship and also cultivate your personal goals and have a healthy relationship with yourself at the same time, and that's okay, and it's totally okay to choose singlehood, but do not go about life believing that it's not possible to have a productive partnership. If anything, partnership and socializing with other humans will accelerate and magnify all of your achievements because, oh, it's lonely at the top, whatever. It is. You don't want to achieve all that stuff and then have nobody to share it with. And I think that self-improvement culture, we really are trying to teach people to prioritize themselves and to not take bad treatment. And I think a lot of people stay in bad situations just because of comfortability or because they believe that that's like where they have to be or they owe something to somebody. So self-improvement culture definitely preaches a lot about like, choose yourself, don't explain yourself to these people. Don't sacrifice yourself for these people, which is absolutely true. But we also need each other. People need each other very badly. That's quite obvious, but I feel like it goes, we take it for granted. We take others for granted, and love is not gonna hinder you if you don't let it, and if you are productive about it. And when it comes to actual technical application of this in your relationships, I would say the things that I've tried to do are like, and you're going to hate this one because it sucks when you have somebody that you want to see constantly and you want to spend time with all the time, but have boundaries about how much time you're willing to spend with somebody. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. I mean, especially if you're young and you're really chasing your goals like me and you're not going on the relationship escalator of like, oh, we're dating and then we move in and we get engaged and married. That's not really my vibe. I don't like the assumption that things are supposed to go a certain place. I like choosing consciously moment to moment. What works for everyone in a relationship, but have boundaries with how often you're going to see somebody, and I don't know, be okay with missing people. Be okay with missing people and communicate your availability, communicate the goals that you are trying to reach, and tell the people that love you, tell them how they can best support you. Because if they're good people and they really love you, all they want to know is how they can best support you throughout your journey. And you should absolutely be telling them because that works for everybody. There's so much like, if he wanted to, he would. And there's a lot of things that are true to that. If they wanted to, they would. Like, if they wanted to treat you right, they would. But also, you should tell them what being treated right feels like for you. And what that is for you. And communication, you can never go wrong with communication. So yeah, don't believe that love will make you unproductive, because love can motivate you, and you're absolutely in control of taking that loving energy. You are in control of what you do with it and where you delegate it and what you put it into. Because you could put it into just obsessing and constantly stressing over something or somebody or your relationship and just like hyper fixating on it, which I know is easy to do. I've been an anxiously attached person before, and I still work through that stuff. But you can also pour it into your art or your passions and your love for yourself. It's the energy. You literally decide where it goes, and you can work with it. And there's so much work that you can do in a relationship, emotional work on yourself, that you can't do when you're single, or that it's harder to do when you're single, because when you are trying to unite with somebody on such an intimate level, when there's somebody who you want to crawl inside their skeleton, you just love them so much, you're like this. And I've made this analogy before, but there's all this emotional friction that you're going to encounter. Pause. There's all this emotional friction that you're going to encounter, and things about yourself that you're going to realize. You're going to be like, oh, what? And the best thing to do in relationships like this, because they are a tool for self-discovery. Life is a tool for self-discovery, but relationships are so... The best way to look at this, the best way to look at everything, but especially in your relationships, is to be curious. Be curious where your partner is coming from. Be curious with yourself and where your reactions are coming from. Be curious. Ask why. And on top of all, above everything, make sure that everything you do is coming from a place of love. Sit in love before you make a decision. And make sure that the priorities in any relationship in your life is to understand yourselves and each other better and make the decisions that will benefit everybody the most. Even if that's not being together. But if it is, keep working, keep doing it. Use relationships as the valuable tool that they are to get to know yourself. And get to know somebody else, because knowing somebody else and making other people feel known is like actually the most beautiful experience ever. Making other people feel loved is one of the most euphoric things I've ever experienced in my entire life. It's like, what's your purpose? I know my purpose is to I have a lot of theories on what my purpose is, but I know that one of them is definitely to just become the most soft and loving version of myself I can possibly be, because there is so much hatred and evil out there in the world, and the way that it feels to offer somebody love and softness when they are used to the harsh BS of the world is immensely rewarding and incredible. So yeah, all that being said, being single has a purpose. I know it's hard to hold on to this idea. You might be really mad at me for saying all of this, because you're like, oh, well, I haven't found anyone I even like. I've never been in a relationship. I don't know how to even start, and that's okay. That is okay. I can only speak from my personal experience and my life, and I know it hurts. It probably hurts to be lonely and to, I don't know, want to hold on to this idea that there is this person out there who's gonna want to grow with you. Nobody's perfect, and I wouldn't say wait around for your perfect soulmate. Just someone that you really adore and want to get to know, and who wants to grow with you is, I think, the thing to prioritize when looking for a partner. And don't listen to the cynicism of the world. Even me sometimes. I have, I say plenty of things where it's like, oh, love. Ugh. What even is that? What the freak is that? And why do we even do this to ourselves? Well, because we're alive, and because that's what we do. Because we're alive, and because that's what we do, and no matter what, it is what it is. So why not love? Why not love and have a good time and hug each other, And the best part of all of this, if you're a hard worker and you're somebody who really highly values your productivity, if you have somebody who you love, you do all that work, you stay focused, you do all that, you get it done, and then at the end of the day, or on your special one day a week, you get to love, and you get to get a hug and a kiss, and that can carry you very, very, very far. You get a lot further with somebody to lean on. Oh, and also let me clarify. This doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. This should be, your friendships should be lifting you up, and helping you grow. Abso-freaking-lutely. Your relationship with yourself should be lifting you up and helping you grow. But I think that specifically the intensity of romance and being in love is different than it's unlike anything else that I've experienced personally. And with such big, beautiful feelings like that, the learning yourself and how you work and training your ability to channel that energy into your desires is super freaking awesome. So I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you for watching, and stream my music, and keep loving people. And if you want to subscribe my YouTube channel, I freaking love you guys, and thank you guys so much for all the support, and thanks for watching me yap about relationships all the time. And today I'm wearing cat ears because it's a good day. It's a good day, and spring is upon us, and it's the season of love and life blooming. Is this cuffing season? This is cuffing season, right? No. Is cuffing season fall? Every season is cuffing season, TBH. Everyone's always falling in love. So good luck on that. And remember to, yes, put yourself first. But there's a lot of people who can love you and help you do that in the world. So love them. Okay. Love you guys. Ozzy out.